Hello everyone, this is Muhammad Yaqub, Indiana University of Pennsylvania. I'm happy to present to you today my presentation. My title today is Memes as Digital Literacy Tools that have motivational role in ESL classes. To begin with, what I'm going to do today is to show you a rather teaching tip than an academic presentation. So what are you going to see now is kind of teaching tip that might help you in your ESL classes, especially for those who are beginners and probably low intermediate students. That can or cannot work for advanced students. It depends. So you know what may or may not work for your students. What you're going to see now is again a tab that you can use for 10 15 minutes in your class. You can use it once a week, you can use it like every other week. you know it's just a thing that can make your teaching fun and can kind of motivate your students. So the question is, what is a meme? There is a general definition. Those who use Facebook and social media websites in general know that a meme is a picture. Usually it's funny, gives a sense of humor. Uh, and usually there is a phrase or sentence that mocks, that means makes fun of something. Like you see this is a little boy looking at the mirror, seeing himself saying, "Hey, so we meet again." It's kind of funny. But anyway, the definition that I am adopting today is actually my own definition. What I mean by that is a meme is a digital literacy tool that can function in a learning situation and play a motivational role. So let's agree that the role, the function of a meme is just to motivate your students. It's just to take them kind of warming them up, kind of taking them to a further steps through this activity. It is digital because it's easy to formulate, and we're going to talk about this later down the road in this presentation. They can edit, share, and comment on it. It's literacy because it has become an unavoidable source of humor and comment for social media users. It's almost everywhere. I don't think there's anyone who uses Facebook or any kind of social media websites who doesn't know what a meme is. Okay, so now let's make meaning of memes. Let's kind of transform memes from a funny thing that we see on social media to something that has meaning in a learning situation. Now, we can make meanings and use memes as an activity in language classrooms in two ways. This is how I shape it. I have it in two ways. Number one, hookup, and number two is rookup. And actually, this number two is my own word. I just made it up, and you're gonna see in a minute what I meant by that. So with hookup, by hooking up, I mean using existing memes as a source of teaching language aspects, such as punctuation, grammar, spelling, whatever. I mean, I'm not giving these three examples as the only aspects that you can use memes for. You actually can use memes for whatever you want. But what I mean again by hookup is just to use memes that are already there. There are hundreds, you can say millions of memes on Google and all kind of search engines. You can easily get them and use them kind of tools in your classroom. Let's see this, for example, in the punctuation. It's kind of funny, again, as we said in the beginning. If you look at this one, it says attention, uh, toilet only for disabled, elderly, pregnant children. Now, what you can do with this picture is you can take it in your classroom, you can show it to your students, and you can ask them what's wrong with this, because it's impossible, right, to see a child who is elderly at the same time, because that doesn't work. A child and elderly, a child and disabled, yeah, that can work, but a child and elderly, a child and pregnant, that doesn't work, right? So there's something wrong here with punctuation. So you can just motivate your students. You can make them laugh. You can ask them what's wrong with this so they can fix it. Also, this one, I like cooking, my family, my dog, and my friends. What's wrong with this is, of course, that there should be a comma here. So I like cooking, I like my family, I like my dog, I like my friends. That's the meaning, right? So by having no commas, the meaning will be completely different. This one is really funny because I remember when I was learning English, my teacher showed it to us in the classroom and said, "A woman without her man is nothing." And he said, "Okay, now let's put punctuation marks." And it was funny that different punctuation gives you different meanings. Let's try this here. Okay. Now, if we just run this and just give it 1 second with me, please. Okay. A woman without her man is nothing. If we have to, let me make this large. Punctuate this. You can do it this way. A woman without her man is nothing. So the main sentence is a woman is nothing, without her man. But is there another way? Yes, there is actually another way. A woman, colon, without her, comma, man is nothing. See, now the meaning has changed completely. So that's what I mean by, you can easily find such sentences on Google and you can use it in your classroom. Okay. For spelling also, look at this one. I like walking in the desert. Of course, the original sentence was I like walking in the desert. So desert is not dessert. Just one S changes the whole meaning. These are other sentences as well. If you look at this one, it says violators will be towed and fined $50. So look at this one. What's wrong with this one? Should actually be FINED, but because there is no E, now the meaning has changed. Instead of you paying $50, you will find $50. You will take $50, so it's completely different. This one also says this item is reduced because they misspelled the word bird. I'm not sure if it's big enough or not. That's BRID, bread. It should have been bird. So the owner of the store decided to reduce the price just for that mistake. Let's actually move on to Ruka because that's kind of important. What I mean by this one is by creating your own meme. For the hookup was we use the existing memes. Now we are going to create our own memes, which is a lot of fun. This website, there are actually more than websites that generate such memes, but let's take this one for example, and let's see what's gonna happen. Now, this website is called the imgflip.com/meme generator. There's also another one called memegenerator.net. There are a couple others. So you can see that there are such pictures that you can just use. If we, for example, use this one, you have two spaces here, the top text and the bottom text. For this one, you can say, let's write something. Listen. I'm sorry. And this one, let's say, for example, something, I am actually bored. you know. So it will look like this, so they can use it. They can use their own name, using their own memes. You can easily do it by finding pictures. Let's say, for example, funny cats. So images, and then you find these funny cats. Let's, for example, use this one. You just download it. Let's save image. Okay, here, funny cat, and then from here it says upload your own image. So what we're gonna do now is we go here and we will choose the picture that we have just downloaded, which is this one, and then click upload. You will see it here. So you can change the words. You can say, please let me go, for example. Okay, and then you can actually change the font color. You can use this one, for example. You can use this one. You can also kind of use the shade. You have more options here for example, this font size. You can use smaller font size like this one, for example. Okay, and then you can just say generate meme. Here you go. That's now your meme. So what I want to say here is you can use this teaching tab in your classroom anytime. You can make competitions. You can ask your students to find pictures of their favorite players, favorite singers, favorite actors or actresses, and then just upload it to this website or similar websites, and then write sentences of their own. They can share, they can comment on each other. They can actually come up with a lot of ideas. Usually students are really smart when it comes to social media stuff, and they know what they're doing, you know. So it's kind of a teaching tab that you can use. Again, as I said in the beginning of this presentation, you can use it just once a week or once every 2 weeks. um, you can make it as a homework. You can make it as a group work. There are many ways. You can think of your own way of how to use these memes. As I said, you can use existing ones. You can make your own ones. You can ask students to make their own ones, and then you can use them in classroom. You can just compare and contrast between these memes. There are a lot of ideas. So that was a quick overview of how to use memes in classroom. I would appreciate your comments and questions. And here's my last um, one. Thank you. Any questions?